Hello and welcome to another episode of Modular in a Week. We're going to make one more mixer today, as I said in the last episode, a buffered mixer. I have two variants here, they're the same behind, they just have different panels. And in the short sound you heard here, I'm mixing the sound signal with the buffered mixer, and the unbuffered mixer is mixing the CV signal. Doing the rhythmic effect with the unbuffered mixer, also using the inverted output of the unbuffered mixer to control the pitch of one of the vcos. So this mixer is just as simple to build as the unbuffered one, and it's even a bit cheaper. So let's dive straight into the component sheet and look what we need, and then let's build this. While doing a search for a buffered mixer, I found this one on next.gr. I don't know what that is kind of site, but I found this mixer here, and so it uses some op amps which I'm not familiar with. Could be that they're old, or so what I will do, I will take this schematics and rewrite it for a more common used components and the TL074. And I did that in EasyEDA once again, my new favorite tool. So here we have, because I only want to use one TL072, I'm doing this 3 input mixer and then one summing mixer here to the output. So 3 inputs with 10k potentiometers, and going into 3 op amps, and then to the output from this one. They have one 5k and one 5k potentiometer, resistor and potentiometer. I don't have that, so I just use the 10k. Not that this is a trim pot, so I'm not putting this out on the panel. I'm just leaving it as a trim pot on the board. So the buffered mixer, I'm going to have 2. You should have at least one. And interestingly enough, this one is actually cheaper than the unbuffered one. And that is because I'm guessing we have less jacks, less inputs, so less potentiometers and jacks, which are the expensive parts as always. And we have one TL074, and then just a few resistors. Nothing much at all. And this one we're not using capacitors on because, well, it wasn't in the schematics, so we're skipping that in this one. So I made one already, but I did that with the potentiometers on the Vero board, which made it very wide, so I had to make a wide version. I've also done a panel with a very thin version where they're all in one line. So I'm going to solder one more of these circuits right now. This circuit is basically just the panel components, the jacks and the potentiometers, the TL074, and then just resistors between the pins, and quite a lot of pins on the TL74 is just connected together. So this build took the second time. I still did a few mistakes which I had to correct during the time, but panelization and soldering everything together and fixing everything took around 45 minutes, or just short of 45 minutes. Again, it's the thing that I tend to do, that I
cram everything together in a small space as possible, which in the end always makes it a bit more difficult to get the last few components in there without the leads touching each other. And here we are adding ground to all the connectors and pots, and here connecting all the panel components to the PCB. And here I have the two buffered mixers, the narrow one and the wide one, the first version and the second version. And the unbuffered one here with the inverted output as well. So to show you one of the differences between an unbuffered mixer and a buffered mixer, here's just 3 oscillators quite slow into the unbuffered mixer. Sounds like this. And we move them all over to the buffered. And then it sounds like this instead. So exactly the same configuration, but sounds very different. And that is all the mixers we are going to make. In the next episode we'll make some multiples instead to split the signal. And we'll begin by doing some passive multiples. But that is the next episode, and make sure you don't miss that by subscribing and belling and of course liking this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.